And in this edition of Matt on the Money, we are following up on our earlier conversation about those side hustles. If you're already making some extra money on the side, what is the best way to use it? We've got certified financial planner Dan Bennett, the Dan Bennett, back with us, helping clients turn extra income into financial progress and not just more work. And I think that is the kind of the key thing here is we're trying to make sure we're working smarter, not harder, as we do those side hustles. So let's say you're making a few $100 extra a month on a side gig. What's the first smart move you can make with that income?
Well, assign every dollar a job before it hits the checking account. So, you know, there's really 4 different areas that I look at. Number 1 is making sure there's enough set aside for taxes. To build up your cash reserves or an emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of expenses. 4, pay off any high interest debt, credit card, student loans. And then 4, save and invest. And then potentially spend, you know, whatever's left over.
And should people treat that side hustle money different than their main paycheck when it comes to saving or spending?
I think you should. It's irregular and it's unsteady when you're first starting. So bills, which we know come in every month, you just don't want to rely on that income to pay, let's say, your electricity bill, which you know is coming in every month. Use it and save it for goals that you have when you first started the side hustle to begin with.
That's smart. And, you know, we think side hustle and we think maybe you're driving for Uber or Lyft or you're walking dogs or what have. Some people buy and resell things on Facebook Marketplace and they're flipping stuff and making an impressive amount of money. Is there anything that sticks out, like super creative, you've heard of people doing?
Well, there's a lot of different things. I mean, we've had some clients who are working full-time end up doing some interior design on the side. Nice. They get involved, you know, in the pet business. You know, a good healthy way is to do some personal training, maybe sell some real estate on the side. There's a lot of different ways. Social media management is really big now.
If you're gifted in that way.
Yeah, and actually AI prompt engineering now, so AI tools like ChatGPT. A lot of companies are hiring contract workers to work the prompts within the ChatGPT to be able to, you know, come up with an analysis or, you know, statistical kind of spreadsheets, whatever the company is willing to do.
So really thinking about using your natural gifts and also some skills you've acquired when you're trying to kind of figure out what your side hustle is going to be, right? What should a side hustle, let's say if a side hustle starts to take off, right, when should somebody start considering making it like a full-time job?
When the income from your side hustle ends up typically starting to replace your income from your current job. And a good, you know, a good benchmark is probably around 40 to 50% of your income, which is a great, you know, is a great replacement. But especially if you're part-time, and that could be further evidence that this could potentially scale into something even bigger. And you know, if you're spending 15% of your time, then all of a sudden the income that's coming in is 50% of your current job income. You know, may be a great sign to be able to do this.
Do you see that happening with some of your clients, people who have taken on something that's just like a passion side project, or maybe they intended it to make a little extra money and then it's just totally blown up?
Yeah, it's not an anomaly. I mean, you know, it definitely happens, especially if it's a passion. It takes a little bit of time. It's not like something you could just start, you know, start a YouTube channel tomorrow and then all of a sudden you've got 1 million subscribers. These things take some time. So,
what would be your best piece of advice for somebody considering a side hustle in 2025, or even as we go into 2026?
First, come up with your why. Like, why are you looking to do this? What is the reason? What's the purpose? Come up with a plan and then execute on it. I think that oftentimes, you know, a big mistake that a lot of people make is they go out and they try and ask 1 million different people for advice, you know, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles,
and everybody's
cousins.
going to have input.
Yeah, and the best, you know, the best quote that I've ever heard on that is, if you ever want the wrong answer, ask everybody.
Wow, so, that's good.
Yeah.
Kind of go with your gut, maybe.
Yeah.
Great insights, Dan Bennett. Dan has a monthly newsletter with insights on growing and protecting your wealth. You can subscribe by going to lakewateradvisory.com. Dan, thanks again for being with us.
Thank you.
Be right back after a quick break.